Hey there, baseball fans. It's Ben, and I am back with the final wrap-up video for this card right here, the 1982 Topps Blackless Eddie Murray card. Super rare printing error from the 1982 set. You can see that it's missing his facsimile autograph and the position marker here on the stripes or the hockey stick there. It's a super rare printing error from the C sheet. You can see right there. The C sheet. Some people say there are fewer than 20 made. Some people say there are fewer than 10. So let's recap the whole story for you as I put this in bubble wrap and get this ready to ship out to its new owner. I can wrap up how this whole thing went down. It all started back with a visit to a card show in the greater Boston area where I was flipping through a bunch of cards for 25 cents, looking for Ryan Sandbergs and Nolan Ryans to add to my collection. When I stumbled on this 1982 Topps Eddie Murray card that looked a little strange to me, but I couldn't quite put my finger on why. So I bought it at a price that amounted to about 20 cents, bundled with some other cards. So that's why it was a weird price point. I didn't bicker them down from 25 cents to 20. But I brought it home and I wanted to figure out what was different about it to me. And then I remembered this video that I saw on the YouTube channel Junk Wax Hero. So go check him out on YouTube. Junk Wax Hero, and it was all about the 1982 Topps Blacklist variations. It was I was very familiar with and had been searching for the 1990 Topps partial Blacklist cards, but I had never heard of the 1982 Blacklist until Junk Wax Hero covered the topic. So I did some more research and determined that I really thought this card was indeed a 1982 Topps Blacklist card from the very rare C sheet, but I couldn't find this card anywhere online because I guess it was so rare. I did a lot of searches and, I ended up finding some on PSA. The PSA Pop Report showed that there were 4 of those cards ever graded, and they had all been graded a 7. But so that told me that, yes, this card existed. It really looked like my card, I thought. And the prices were all over the place for those 7s because there were only 3 sales there, and all of them were prior to 2020 or 2020 or prior. So I didn't know what to make of the value on this card. So I thought, well, I've got this really seemingly rare thing, so I guess I'll just send it into PSA for grading, mostly because I want to confirm that it is indeed an original 1982 Topps Blacklist card. I knew it wouldn't grade a 7, but I thought it might grade a 4 based on its condition. I've actually never sent any cards in to be graded with PSA or anybody else. It's not really my thing, so it was a new experience for me. All said, with shipping to and from PSA plus the grading fee, it cost me like $50 to have this card graded. That sounds wildly expensive to me to have a card like this graded. The biggest kicker for me was the return shipping cost of $20, which I think is outrageous. Anyway, so the card comes back from PSA, and it is indeed Blacklist, and they graded it a PSA 3.5, which I'm happy with. I was expecting a 4. This makes it a population of 5, so it's a pop count of 5 with 4 copies higher, all of those 4 being 7s. The only 3 sales I can find anywhere online are older, and the most recent one went for $1,775. And so I'm thinking to myself, with how things have changed since 2020, could this be a lot more? Or am I fooling myself? Or what's the difference between a 3.5 and a 7? At this point, I really don't have any idea how to price this thing, but I know it's a very niche audience who would be interested in it. Essentially, only people who are into 1982 Topps Blacklists and are collectors of that set, or Eddie Murray collectors. Since I don't know how to price it, and I'm in no rush at all to sell it, I just put it on eBay for $2,000 just so those niche collectors can be made aware that another copy of this super rare card has surfaced. And yes, I made a mistake on the listing. I think I listed it in the title as a pop 4. The total pop count on this card is now 5, including mine. My bad. Oops. But lo and behold, within 24 hours of putting it online, I get a message from an Eddie Murray collector in Maryland. He's super excited about the card and very respectful and reasonable in his communication, and he offers me $700. Because I'd love to see this super rare card go to a collector, not a flipper, I accept his offer, and just like that, I'm already moving the card along. Honestly, I'm a little sad because I thought I'd have it longer. So for those of you who are interested, here's the financial breakdown of this card and the deal for me. So the buyer paid $700 for the purchase price with $9.99 shipping. eBay charged him sales tax of $42. And this is actually an important point not to skip over, and I'm a little miffed about it. eBay charges their transaction fee on the sale price, the shipping price, and the sales tax. What kind of BS is that? I get them charging the fee on the shipping price because sellers will sometimes inflate the shipping cost. But the sales tax, I can't do anything about. So I just end up losing additional money on that part, which is ridiculous. So on that $42, if eBay's charge is 13%, I'm losing another $5 on their transaction simply because. So again, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so I collect $751.99 from the buyer. My costs for everything are as follows: $42 sales tax, $93.27 for the eBay transaction fees. The actual shipping for USPS Priority Mail in a small flat rate box is $10.38. I actually didn't realize that anything over $500 in value costs more to ship, even via the flat rate priority boxes. So really, it's not flat rate, is it? Because it's a graduated rate for the value of the item. In any case, so the PSA grading fee was $24.99. The PSA return shipping was $19.99, kind of a ripoff. My shipping to PSA was $4.68 from my house to the PSA, and I originally paid 20 cents for the card, bringing my total cost to sell this card to $195.51. So, all told, my profit on what to me was a once-in-a-lifetime hobby discovery is $556.48. Not bad. I'm sure I could have gotten more for it if I would have left it available online for longer or tried to negotiate with the buyer, but honestly, I was happy to turn a large profit on a very exciting find, and more importantly, get this card into the collection of someone who literally told me he would keep this in his collection until he dies. So there you have it. The entire tale of the 1982 Topps Blackless Eddie Murray card that I found in a random bid at a card show, paid 20 cents for, and sold for $700. And now it resides in the collection of a die-hard Eddie Murray collector in Maryland. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.